Hello, and welcome to Your Vote Counts, a public, informational, nonpartisan program designed to get the public acquainted with the candidates that are vying for the 2022 general election, the races of Congressional District 6, Senate Districts 10 and 11, House Districts 17 through 23, Salem City Council, and Marion County Commissioner. These interviews come to you through the producers at Capital Community Media. Collaboration on questions and volunteer moderators come from the Association of University Women, Salem City Club, League of Women Voters of Marion and Polk Counties. All 26 candidates for these races were invited, and all but 5 chose to participate. Candidates did not receive the questions prepared by the League of Women Voters ahead of time. Candidates were invited to prepare a 2-minute opening addressing their background and qualifications for the office, and a 2-minute closing addressing their goals for the office if they're elected. I'm Bernadine Anderson from the League of Women Voters, and today I would like to introduce Mr. Larry McFarland, who is running for Congressional District 6. Candidate McFarland, welcome, and we look forward to your 2-minute opening remarks.
Thank you. My opening remarks are about I attended grade school, high school, college, enlisted in the Navy, all in District 6. I was born in McMinnville, Oregon. I lived between Willamette and Sheridan up Rock Creek and attended a rural school with all 8 grades in one room until the 7th grade, which then they closed the school because my family had too many children and they couldn't teach them. So they moved us to Willamette, where I attended the 7th and 8th grade and my freshman year in high school. I wrestled in Willamette as a freshman and lettered in it, and soon after I started working for all the farmers around the valley in that area at the age of 12. I worked putting up hay, putting up ryegrass seed, running a cleaning plant, running all kinds of equipment in the fields. Got a good basic knowledge of that. Had 6 brothers and sisters to watch over. Was very comfortable with living and being raised in Oregon. We came to Oregon in 1836 as my mother's side of the family. My dad's side came in 1845. So I'm a pioneer in Lincoln County. They started a town of Taft, Oregon, and had the first post office and the first grocery store at Taft, just down from Mose on the main highway. When they moved there, there was no highways. They traveled inland from Falls City over the mountains to Taft. And they also, if they wanted to go up and down the coast, they would take schooners. They would come in and they'd ride the schooners. My grandmother had the
Mr.
first...
If you would like, you can continue some of that in your closing remarks. But at this point, we'd really like to address some of the questions that our public would like to know what you think. So we'll go ahead with our question time. So for our first question today, how will you support the access, the privacy, and the coverage for women's health and reproductive services?
I am a believer in women's choice. I believe that each individual woman has her own rights to her own thoughts and her own wishes. I'm not one to intervene in those. I think that the abortion issue that's came up now is kind of up to the individuals. There are all kinds of reasons for having abortions, and basically they're birth defects and other things, and incest and rape and stuff that's a burden on the people that would have it. I'd find that very, I would support them getting abortions if that's what they wanted. But like to have all the children we could have. If they want to get pregnant, I would say that's up to you to get pregnant. But if you do, think about the life that you're going to terminate if you decide on an abortion. Those children would be loved and cared for by other people in our community if you wanted to adopt them out. So look at that point.
Thank you. Our second question today asks this, also in the health area. Considering the CDC public health statistics on injuries and death from shootings, how do you want to address open discussion around guns in our society?
Well, I defended the country in Vietnam at 17 years old. My understanding is if somebody's going to shoot me, I will try to shoot them first, because I don't want to be shot to death. As far as the gun violence in this country, the guns aren't, in my point of view, the ones that are killing people. It's the people who have issues with mental issues and can't control their emotions, and they use them to commit crimes like murders. That I'm all for guns. Guns can keep you safe. If you're a person who can control your actions and stuff, I would risk my life for a woman. If I was going down the street and had a gun and somebody was shooting at them, I would shoot the person who was doing the shooting at them and try to save their lives. So I stand.
Excuse me.
No, that's all.
Okay. What is the role of Congress in protecting voting rights and restoring confidence in our election system?
As a congressman, your job is to write laws and uphold laws and put in new laws. But you should make all laws relevant to each person across the board equally. It doesn't matter your party, doesn't matter man or woman. You should all be protected by laws that the Congress comes up with. And the laws should be put in effect by the people, not by congressmen. They should be input their wants and likes to a congressman. He should weigh the outcome of it and then make a decision on it. But the decision I would make would be equally to all people. I'm a free person, and I believe in freedom. I think all people should have the right to freedom. The Constitution, gives us that right. So we should uphold the laws of the Constitution. No one should change the Constitution or make it another way. It should always be as it is written.
What kind of federal support is there available for state and local housing projects? And what kind of projects might you be interested in supporting?
The projects of federal housing, I've noticed our state has been building properties on our state lands. I don't know, I didn't see any bills come out to the people or any petitions for us to vote on it. So I don't know how the state is building buildings and businesses on state land without the approval of the people.
This question was also looking at the need for housing projects for the houselessness population. Do you want to address that aspect?
Yes, I think that the housing critical street people and people who live on the street is a problem. But the problem is created by we, the people. We have helped it along. We need to stop. You go by a homeless camp, there's no restrooms there. There's no organization. There's just chaos. And you look at the mental health of the people that are living there. Those people are so involved in drugs and hooked on them that a lot of people need to be put in programs that'll help them rehabilitate themselves to try to become better citizens. But they have mental issues, and some of them have gone too far on drugs and have no way to get back. Those people should be basically evaluated. We don't want to take care of them. We got rid of all our facilities years ago, but we need to take care of them. We need to put in buildings that are safe for them. We don't have to build expensive buildings. We can build long tin sheds with like a dormitory that they could live in, where they had assistance in improving their lives, and governed by people who know mental health and how to help them become better, useful for themselves.
Okay. Now, this is a question that if you choose to separate it into two parts, please feel free to do that. We'd like to hear what you think about the Inflation Reduction Act and the infrastructure bill, and what elements of those two do you think will benefit Oregonians?
That is, in my book, I'm kind of a conservative. We've spent too much money on programs like this that are ongoing. We don't need to keep putting ourselves in more debt and more inflation. People need to refrain from this particular way of spending money we don't have. My idea is if you're going to want to spend money, you've got to have the money to spend it. I believe in a balanced budget. And I don't believe in bills that are thrown in a pile on the floor with every kind of bill possible where there's a lot of waste in it. I think each bill should stand on its own if it goes to Congress and not be tucked in with 40 other programs. Each one should be looked at, discussed individually, and appropriated accordingly.
Great, thank you. How will you address national climate change policy and the resulting relationship that we have then with other countries?
I have lived in Oregon a long time. I've seen our climate increase in temperature. I'm a naturalist from outdoors. I love the outdoors. I see that over the years in cycles that our weather changes. It goes from cold, ice age, it goes to hot. That's a ever-changing scenario of Earth. The Earth is spun on its axis before. It's done a lot of different things. And we are just in a stage right now where it's getting warmer, but we've had it warmer. I'm involved in mining, and I look at how asteroids have struck the Earth and what the Earth was like 2 billion years ago. Did it have an atmosphere? Was it airless? Would things come to Earth without any resistance? that is a question I'm working on right now. I found a large asteroid strike in Oregon in the last few years, and I've been doing development work on it. The asteroid is 6.5 miles long. It dug a groove in the groove in our Earth over 6 miles long. It was as hard as a rock could be. It did not break up. It is still in the form of metal. And I'm just processing that as we speak.
I'm going to give you one more question, but we'll have to make it about 30 seconds long. So it would be a brief one. What do you think you have particular areas of expertise that you bring if you're elected to as a new legislator?
I do have. I'm a kind-hearted, loving, caring person that looks at each individual with an open mind. I'm try not to be judgmental in any way because I find it hard that judgmental people that I dislike. So I don't want to be that. So I stay away from it.
Thank you. And now we have an opportunity for inviting our candidate McFarland to share his 2-minute closing comments about your goals for this office if you're elected.
I'm running for this office because I'm not a career politician. With the issues that are going on with our nation at this time, I feel it's my duty to try to become a congressman to support the people and make our country remain free and all people free, all people from not letting some domineering people try to domineer them, and make it what it always was as me as growing up here, and to help people come back to a better life, much better life. The Green New Deal that they are saying, I'll get back to that question that I was answering, that the Green New Deal is a waste of time. It's way too early. And everybody would say, why is it too early? Well, because we have no plan that can support the changeover that they're trying to push at us. We don't have the infrastructure. We're 100 years away from having the correct infrastructure to run the nation as a free fossil fuel thing. I have ways that I could engineer vehicles that would run on way less fuel and be clean. And thanks to my find, it has material that makes catalytic converters and makes converters. The minerals in it can make millions of them. So I would use those raw materials that I found to help produce a better, cleaner place for our nation. And it also has metals in it that will build computers.
Thank you. So thank you, candidate Larry McFarland, running for Congressional District 6, for sharing your thoughts and being with us today. Thanks to Community Media for their extensive technology and producer skills used to create this program. Thank you to the League of Women Voters of Marion and Polk Counties for the design and preparation of the program, and to AAUW Salem City Club for help with the questions and providing some moderators. Thank you, too, to the public for watching in order to become an informed voter. For more local, state, and national voter information on candidates and ballot issues, please visit vote411.org. Vote411.org. You have until October 18th to register to vote or to make any changes in your registration. Ballots go out about October 19th through the 21st. And according to our new law, these ballots will be accepted and counted if postmarked before or on November 8th. Elections matter. Remember to vote. Remember to encourage others to vote because your vote counts.